not related to trade accords, but nevertheless, major news is on the way from President Trump. A lot of people assume it's related to Bitcoin. New York City Mayor Eric Adams wants his city to be the global center of cryptocurrencies, so we'll talk about that too. Additionally, I have news items and footage from several of your preferred media sources. Lots of XRP news will be covered in this video for those that deal with the coin. To help me improve, please like the post if you think it's helpful. Now that I've hit 90K, I want to express my gratitude to everyone who has joined. Joining you on this journey has been an absolute delight. See what happens as we investigate further. Allow me to play this excerpt from Trump's speech during our meeting with Canada's new Prime Minister, who is highly competent. We will be sharing some extremely significant news with him. It's unrelated to the topic at hand and has nothing to do with business. Why is it related to Trump? Because it will be a huge boon to our nation and its citizens. A trade agreement between Trump Canada and Mark Carney, Canada's next leader, is unnecessary. This makes one question if all nations will soon adopt this new monetary system. On the internet, people have begun making assumptions. Whatever you think Trump means, feel free to leave a comment below. If what he says next is significant, I can't wait to hear it. A trip to New York City is in order. My prediction that Florida would become the global crypto capital in 2022 was met with much ridicule. According to Mayor Adams, New York City would serve as the global crypto capital due to its status as the biggest city in the world. New York's higher ranking than Florida's is logical, given that it is home to the largest financial center in the world. So long as these states implement their plans to regulate cryptocurrency in a way that allows ordinary people to use these markets, I have no problem with it. Great things are happening in the crypto realm at the moment. Coach JV and I are in agreement that Trump recently made a post to True Social. Permit me to play this for you now. In an exuberant manner, he informed her that the subsequent revelation would hold more significance than anything he had ever expressed before. Just today, Trump also shared this on True Social. He has reportedly been in Switzerland since 2020 negotiating deals with China, according to the White House website. I've been responsible for informing you that your financial system comprises your thoughts and beliefs are shifting as a result of the agreement they reached with the UK. This era is coming to a close. Trump informed you that the US president has already stated, maybe more than once, that these markets will experience a decline this year. This has altered our family's way of life since 2020, when we first started paying attention to it. They urged us to look this way, and by 2030, I guarantee you that the heart, money, and mind will be completely different. You can't blend vintages. It's the end of one era and the beginning of a new one. It should be stated up front that Trump did not visit Switzerland. His meaning is unclear to me. Scott Bassett was present to negotiate the trade agreement with China, but Coach Steve was going to make some really valid comments. I felt it was important to view the video to fully get his point when he falsely claimed that Trump was in Switzerland. I will now demonstrate the impact of Trump's tax policies on the market. Hold on a second. Perhaps these tariffs aren't that important after all. The market apparently reasoned. Other events that transpired following the tariff drama caused it to swiftly rise again, and sales picked up again. It was only a temporary blip on the radar, though, when seen in the context of the larger picture. Display. All right, I'll lay out the facts for you. Undoubtedly, trading will get back up. Things improved even during the Great Depression and other dark periods. Market conditions improved with the outbreak of 2020 and the financial crisis of 2008. Whether it's inflation or some other factor, they do indeed return with a bang when circumstances improve. As if the assertion that taxes have no impact on the market weren't shocking enough, it appears that a deal will be struck between the U.S. and China that include tariffs. We term this a trading agreement. Import duties levied by China will continue to affect 30% of all U.S. cell phones. Although that's a decrease from 145%, it remains 30%. Products such as televisions, computers, clothing, furniture, toys, games, and many more now often originate in China before arriving in the United States. Adding a 30% tax would increase the price by $1,300.00 or $2,600.00 for 2000. Yet the majority of Chinese imports are not profitable. In what ways does that impact? A decrease in the number of affordable items on store shelves will likely lead to an increase in their prices, which will have an impact on you. The government battled this phenomenon known as inflation for a duration of 4 years. Now it's happening again in a flash because the trade treaties, in just 90 days, 100 deals must be finalized. If they are unable to reach agreements with the other nations by July 9, the 25% tax and reciprocal tariffs would resume. However, if they are able to accomplish so, it would be absolutely incredible. So ships aren't docking in the U.S. at the moment, whether it's in Seattle or Los Angeles, and 30-40% less commodities are entering the U.S. Products may remain in stock for longer if the agreement with China is finalized. Unfilled positions will persist. Nonetheless, I shall apprise you in detail of this situation when I address the economy, provided that action is not taken within the next week or two. I believe Mikkel hasn't seen all of the data yet, and I just need more. We are well aware of the significant role that stablecoins will play in the emerging global order. The new banking system will rely on them heavily. Additionally, it was there where Trump was inaugurated. All right, I'll remove that. Gary is no longer employed with the SEC. The strategic reserve of seasoned professionals isn't getting nearly enough attention from the United States, in my opinion. It makes no difference if they can't afford to hire fresh specialists. The United States can only acquire more seasoned personnel by stealing them from other nations. At this time, I can envision national airlines reserving excerpt as a strategic asset, but I don't know what that would entail. Holy cow, that's going to be powerful. You might investigate further the number of companies, banks, and organizations that desired to reserve cryptocurrency as a strategic asset. We're relieved that the Ripple lawsuit has been concluded after 4 long years of waiting. The majority of it is finally behind them now. All that remains is to dot the I's and cross the T's. Soon this will all be over.